Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Pure Noble. I'm going to be reacting to a video posted by the Rick. In this video, he talks about the cheating scene in Call of Duty and his thoughts about 2boxing, about cutting corners, about making all of these shortcuts that these content creators are doing just for the sake of content. And I want to take you on this react video because I think this is a very good video to watch. Check it out. All right, so if you guys want to watch the full video in context, feel free to do so. Just search up the Rick. This is his channel. I just want to give him a quick introduction as a way of crediting the person that I'm going to be react to. So we got the Rick. The Rick caught 17.8k subscribers, 497 videos. He is the most honest creator on YouTube. So if you look at his current recent videos, you know, he talks about cheating, he talks about a little bit of his own gameplay, he talks about his thoughts in Call of Duty. So his channel is a little bit of a mix of reacting, his personal thoughts about the COD community, the cheating issues in the COD community, reacting to certain events that Activision is doing, whether he likes it or not. So I think this is a very well-rounded channel, but it does look like he kind of aligns with what I'm trying to look for in my channel, which is trying to get out the word of cheating and how bad the cheating scene actually is. So let's react to one of his videos that I saw here. Now, if you want to watch the full video in context, feel free to do so. His channel, like I said, is called The Rick. Search up the title, The Honest Truth About Cheating in Call of Duty. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch through this video, and there are certain points that he talks about that I kind of want to put my additional word and my thoughts on what he's talking about in regards to the cheating scene as well. So let's get started.
You can hate skill-based matchmaking and hate reverse boosting at the same time. I promise you it's possible, okay? Let me explain myself. There's this argument out there that people are reverse boosting to try to get that OG Call of Duty matchmaking feel, to try to get those old lobbies back in Call of Duty that they always experienced, okay? So last time I checked, okay, and I've been playing Call of Duty since 2009, okay? Back in the day when there's no skill-based matchmaking. People are trying to say that there was. No. You click find a match in Modern Warfare 2 back in 2009, you were in a match like that. Didn't matter. No skill.
Okay, so what he's talking about, the OG Call of Duty lobbies, he is partially correct. The OG Call of Duty lobbies before, if you want to put it in technical terms, right, it was peer-to-peer connection, P2P. Now, what that means is Call of Duty back then, they did not have dedicated servers. So what would happen is when they create a match, when they're creating a lobby, there's going to be that one player that's going to be the host for that lobby. And depending on where that player is, right, there are other players that are going to connect to him. So for example, if a player in California is the one that's hosting, anybody that is within California, or at least within a good 1,000-mile distance to them, they are going to get the best connection. Why? Because they are the closest to that player. If there's any other players, for example, like myself, if I'm in Hawaii, right? Hawaii connecting to California, that's pretty far. So connection-wise, that's not going to be the best for me. That's why there are some cases, if you played the OG Call of Duty before, there are times where you're going to have lobbies that's going to have instant connection, where you're literally going to have 10 to 0 latency on the MS. And then there are times where you're going to connect to lobbies where you're going to have super high ping, and you're like double checking your Wi-Fi, you're double checking your internet, you're backing out of the lobby and you're trying to reset the internet router to make sure that it's good. No. Just what happened is that you connected to a player that is hosting far away from your actual geolocation. So the idea that people are reverse boosting to get back into the OG's lobbies, that doesn't make sense, because reverse boosting is not making the lobbies random. The OG Call of Duty lobbies were randomized with the players that came together. Skill-based, if there was a level of skill-based matchmaking, it was very minor, and the level of difficulty always fluctuated at a consistent rate. What I mean by that is you didn't just have one good match and 10 crappy matches. You would have maybe one good match here, a second good match, then a third good match, and then maybe fourth match you'd get a really hard player base, and then after that it would go back up. And you know, if you were to compare how many matches you faced challenges compared to other matches where you faced players that didn't know how to play the game at all, it was very balanced. That's why people enjoyed the Call of Duty lobbies back then. It prioritized player connection rather than player stats, player skill. 2boxing does not do that. What 2boxing does is it eliminates the chances of that player getting a higher skill lobby, because they are 2boxing, because they're using that second account that is low tier, that is low KD, and they're making that second account host, that player hosting is going to significantly increase the chances of them getting into a lower KD lobby. So yes, he's correct. I don't understand why these players are using that as a cop-out, and unfortunately their logic in that cop-out is not valid.
Absolutely terrible. Like, so bad, like you literally think that they're AI bots. You are playing in a private match lobby with recruit bots at that point. That's a bad thing. That is not OG Call of Duty.
Okay, so he's also got a really good point, right? Back then, even if you had good lobbies, great, you had good lobbies. But whenever you had a lobby that was tough, whenever you had a challenging team, right? It wasn't, oh, let me back out, let me go find an easier lobby. Like, because there was a less amount of cheating back then, because everybody, majority of the player base was still legit. At most, people were just using, paddles on controllers. That was the closest thing that people could get to cheating. Maybe strike packs, maybe old versions of Cronus, right? But at most, that's all it was. And when you got your ass kicked in the OG Call of Duty lobbies, players had a level of pride, had a level of excitement to say, oh, you know what, I got you next round. I'm going to challenge you next round. I'm going to change up my loadout. I'm going to change up my sensitivity. Oh, you're a sniper? Okay, I'm going to pull out my sniper too. You literally felt excited having to fight challenging opponents because it literally pushed you mentally in a fun way to do better as a player. Nowadays, the new COD generation that are coming in, it's oh, these lobbies are so tiring. Even I would say the older chat. I'm not gonna just trash on the younger kids. Even the older kids too. A lot of people are saying, I come from a 14-hour shift. All I want to do is just play and have fun and relax. Or even the younger ones where I don't want to improve. I don't want to practice. I just want to crap on bots. Now, both sides are at fault, right? Both of them don't want to put in the effort. Both of them don't want to put in the work, because putting in effort and putting in work is not considered fun anymore for them. Back then it was. Why? Because at least when you took the L back then, you knew you were taking an L majority of the time from honest players. Because how it is now, taking the L, taking a loss, losing that gunfight, it's not authentic anymore. You don't feel, oh yeah, that was a good play, bro, that was good. Like, no, you because of how bad the cheating scene is, you can't help but think, players can't help but think, oh, he's cheating, oh, he's using walls. Why? Because that's how bad the cheating is. That's how bad the scene is, and that's why the anti-cheat needs to work the way it needs to work.
They're doing all this manipulation to try to trick their audience. Yes, maybe they admitted to it 4 years ago in a video back in...
This is what I mean about people who 2box. Like, they know that they're playing against bots. They know that they're getting easy kills, right? They know that the content that they're recording, it's them getting easy kill content. And for whatever reason, the level of conviction that they have in their brain is just, it's not there. It's, I don't care. I don't care if I'm shitting on new Call of Duty players. I don't care if I'm crapping on kids. I just want to be the top dog in the game because I need to create the illusion that I'm great at the game. I can't do that without 2boxing. And unfortunately, you know why people have that mindset? This is my input on it. The reason why people have this mindset is, you look at a regular YouTuber, say when you look at all the evidence, an honest YouTuber, an honest gamer, say let's put the Rick for example. I wouldn't say the Rick, he gets a good amount of views. Say a regular Joe Schmo who's not cheating, okay? You have him post up his kills, his content. It's gonna be a normal gameplay, it's gonna be standard. The views aren't gonna be there. Not a lot of people are gonna watch it, to be honest, right? But then you take the guy that is dropping 60 bombs, 70 bombs, 80 bombs, even though you can see in his video and in their content that they're fighting against people who don't know how to play the game, they're getting thousands and thousands of views. So these content creators know they're playing the content creator game, because at the end of the day, they don't care about 2boxing. They don't care about the moral compass that gets diminished when you 2box. They care about views, and they're gonna do anything they can to get those views. And because of that intent, because of that motivation, do you think they're gonna stop at 2boxing? That's why in my opinion, I think that majority of the content creators who think 2boxing is okay and VPNs are okay and tooling is okay, there's a chance that their feels about using cheats, they're probably okay with it too. They're just hiding it.
And then I go on Twitter, and I'll put some screenshots here, and I'm seeing these guys flexing their 10, 12, 15 KDs even on Twitter, making them seem like they're the best. Last time I checked, with no skill-based matchmaking, nobody was getting a 15 KD. Nobody. Okay, maybe one person who was a fucking camping god maybe did it, but if he was an actual player that played 12 days...
So he also has another point too, okay? The same guys that are 2-boxing, the same guys that are using these methods, they are flexing their KDs. It's kind of like, I get it, if you're 2-boxing for content, right? You're 2-boxing to have easier content, you know, and then you're being open about it. You couldn't just humble yourself just slightly, but yet you're boasting about your 15 KD when you know and people see it in your content that you're fighting against bots. Like, look at the bigger picture. This is what you're saying. I got a 15 KD because I was killing bots. Does that sound impressive? I don't know. To me, that doesn't sound impressive. I'd rather see someone get a 2 KD fighting the most top Call of Duty CDL pros in their matches, rather than somebody that is destroying little Timmies and flexing that they have a 15 KD in their matches.
Is doing it for content. They're not doing it for fucking fun. They're lazy as shit. Everybody now wants to sit on their ass behind a computer screen, play a fucking video game, and make thousands of dollars on it every single month. That's what people want to do. And the only way they can do that, because they have no personality, they have no love for the game, the only way they think they can do that is by having 2 consoles next to each other, or a PC and a console next to each other, play the fucking game against bots, get a little 2 nuke gameplays that took no fucking skill to get, post it on there, and hope to God it gets in the algorithm.
So I love the fact that he talks about this, because I talk about this in my content too. A lot of existing content creators and new content creators in the scene, they think that all Call of Duty is all about is just kill content, right? Kill content, dropping nukes, dropping 40 bombs, dropping 50 bombs. Why? You know, because unfortunately the viewership loves that shit. That's why they get high views. But that's the only box that they can stay in. That's the only box they know that they can get views in, because they don't focus on trying to improve their editing. They don't focus on trying to do storytelling content. They don't try to talk about anything outside besides kill compilations. Why? Because maybe one, they could be that minority where that's the content they literally only want to do because they generally have the interest, or because that's the only content that they can do. They're too lazy to improve on all these other metrics to grow as a Call of Duty content creator. I mean, look at the Rick. Is he just dropping kill bombs every single video? No. Is he dropping, you know, shorts and videos and clips of him doing double, triple, quadruple squad wipes? No. He's talking about things in the Call of Duty scene. He's talking about social issues. He's calling out these cheaters, right? He's building a brand outside of kill compilations. And a lot of the Call of Duty YouTubers, they're either don't want to do it, they're too lazy to do it, or you know, they're just not in that stage. And because they want to stay in that box, the pressures of having to keep posting high kill videos every single day, or you know, the rate that they wanted to in order to grow, if they try to do that legitly as an honest player, that's going to be very hard. That's why the pressure to cheat becomes even higher when you start to do kill compilation only content.
Hate, no matter how many times I get doxxed, you have people on Twitter posting pictures about my family, literally going and stalking my account, finding my Facebook or something. I don't even know how it's happening.
Now that is crazy. But hey, I'm gonna say something. The Rick, if you're watching this, please watch this, bro. You are doing something right, to the point that they're gonna dox you and your family and try to somehow scare you into not making this content. Don't let that stop you, man. Keep posting your content, keep posting your videos. I love it, and I'm sure the rest of the honest player base in the Call of Duty scene also loves it too. All right, take care. And that's it, guys. That's the video that I wanted to show my reaction to. What do you guys think? Like I said, go to his page, sub to his channel, watch the full video in context if you want. It's 10 minutes long. I'm sure you have 10 minutes of your time, but go to it, watch the whole video. It's very entertaining. It's very big on insight and what he wants to do in the scene, and I'm sure a lot of the honest Call of Duty player base that is watching these videos are going to be enjoying it as well. But if anything, guys, if you do like this video, if you do like this react, please drop a like, drop a sub, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, take care now.